action movie.
Has she died and gone to heaven? The cute guy turns out to be sweet, smart, great cook, and lots more. He looks like $1 million, which is what it's going to cost Rico if she doesn't return him in time. I want to take a moment to explain precisely why this is bullshit. We'll be on this in a moment, but now it's time for one of my rants. So, one of the reasons that online dating is a garbage fire of an experience is that it amplifies the problems of dating in general. Who here enjoys going on dozens of first dates with people they don't really know and trying desperately to form some sort of connection before the end of the night so they can maybe set up a second date, so they can maybe get a third date, at which point possibly they'll actually be able to start talking to each other like real human beings.
Isn't that basically meeting people at a con?
Except in a con, that's compressed deeply because you already know you both have a deep love for watching figure skaters kiss each other. Right? So, online dating, it's like, hey there, I'm going to pretend that your attractive profile picture isn't the first and main reason I am sending or responding to you. I might have looked at your profile and noticed that we shared some keywords. Blah, blah, blah. I am trying to find someone to fuck and maybe feel emotional connection with. How about you? Send. So here's the online dating numbers. They did, OkCupid is great as a company because they do metrics stuff. And the experience is shit, but they get great numbers. So here's the thing. So 4 profiles of guys and 4 profiles of girls. And they said, let's look at the numbers. Or they took aggregate numbers for these kinds of guys and these kinds of girls. So the 4 guys were double bagger fatty, like maybe he has a nice personality but it's buried under all the obesity. They took normal guy next door. They took good looking 8 out of 10 guy. And they took this guy is too good looking, this has got to be a spam account. Okay? And they took the 4 girls. And it was fatty double bagger, like chins like a Chinese phone book, which you'd think would be racist, except if you open up a Chinese phone book, turns out
he's not wrong.
There's a lot of chins. Okay. Average girl next door, 8 out of 10 cute chick, and this is definitely a spam account hottie. Okay. Guys, fat ass got 0 messages or responses, I think. 0 messages sent to him. Which, okay, not a huge surprise. Normal average looking guy got 4 messages in a 3-month period. This was how long they did this test. The 8 out of 10 good looking guy got 8 messages, I think. And the super fuck hot, this has to be a scam, got 12 messages sent to his account. Okay, women's numbers. Double bagger fatty got 14 messages. Girl next door got, I think, roughly 65 messages. 8 out of 10 hottie got somewhere between 150 and 250 messages. Super hot, this is definitely a scam. Level of hotness got 400 messages. Okay, so here's how that breaks down. The male experience in online dating is that nobody cares and everyone you're sending messages to is getting enough messages that you have a very low chance of standing out. Because if you're sending messages to the super hot chick, you're 1 out of 400 she's going to see in a 3-month period on average. If you're sending to the ugliest chick you can find, the most unattractive woman, just teeth like and predator face and hair where there shouldn't be hair, and you're like, you know what? She might be a good person. I am willing to accept a non-standard level of beauty. Just, so send a message. She's still got other options. You're not her best option necessarily. Okay? If you're sending to a normal chick, she's getting dozens of other messages. If you're sending to a particularly attractive woman, you will not get a response because the odds, most of them, so I have a number of very attractive friends, and they have told me their experiences, attractive female friends, because I don't care about dude friends. And these attractive female friends have told me, like, I went on an online dating site, and the particularly attractive female friends I have said, yeah, I'll log on, read the first 5 messages I've got in my inbox, select all, delete, and come back the next day and do it again, because there is no fucking way that, like, it would be a full-time job for me to respond, to even read, much less respond to the messages I get. So if you are a male trying to attract a woman on a website, especially a woman that you find attractive, not even necessarily super fuck hot, just attractive to you. Not like, oh wow, she looks like a supermodel, I have to give it a shot, but like, hey, this chick shares some interests with me and I find her attractive, I'll send her a message. Your success as a male on a dating website is based entirely on luck. Did she log in within half an hour of you sending that message? That is not something you can control. If she did, and your profile picture looks good, and she's having a good day, maybe she'll send a message back to you. You have zero control. I mean, there's lots of things we don't have control about, but you can't even influence whether or not you make it past the gate. Which means that for guys on online dating sites, women complain about this. Every guy sends a 3-line copy-pasted message. None of them put original thought into it. Because 99% of the guys are like, they've done the math. They're like, I'll send 100 messages, 2 of them will respond. The 2 that respond, it has no relation to how much effort I've put in. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. If I copy and paste 100 messages in 5 minutes, I get 2 responses. If I write carefully written sort of, I've read your profile and I notice we share this interest and I have deep thoughts about what Nietzsche said about the Übermensch, would you like to discuss them? The exact same level of response, but the effort is way higher. So yeah, guys are going to go for that low effort, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, because they can't, there's no option for them. Like it would be a full-time job to send messages to women using that thoughtful, I care about you as a human being, instead of, I'd fuck that, I'd fuck that, I'd fuck that, I'd fuck that. So the system, and I'm not saying that OkCupid is bad, I'm just saying that the way it works because of the numbers. Guys are sort of like, well, this is how I solve the problem. Women, of course, in the same system are sitting there going, I don't want to spend 8 hours a day reading this stuff. These 5, this is the best one, he looks okay, let's send him a message. Boom, there we go. It sucks shit for women, and it sucks shit for men. And it is not the same in real life. But it is similar because most women, I think, most of the women I know, a couple of women not so much, but most of the women I know respond to the problem of being single roughly the same way. They will make themselves look attractive and then steel themselves because they know they're going to have to deal with not just the attractive guys they want to attract, but snaggletooth, buck-fuck, nearly homeless, showered once in 2 weeks McGee is going to be like, oh, she's real pretty, hey, you want to suck my dick? Because if you want to attract 8 out of 10, you have to be attractive enough to attract an 8 out of 10. And if you attract an 8 out of 10, you're going to attract fucking everybody else. So the experience in real life for women is very similar to the experience that women have in online dating, in that if they put themselves out there, 80 to 95% of the interactions they'll have with guys is going to be, oh, I have 0 positive attributes, but I want to try to get you to fuck me. 95%, guys, seriously, if you approach an attractive woman, you're like, hey, and she's like, no, fuck off. It's not necessarily that you should shower more, though you should. It's that you're the 20th guy that day. If you noticed her and she's attractive, that's She decided to leave her house in something besides a hoodie and bulky sweatpants and shitty hair and no makeup and a hat and the desperate hope that no one would speak to her. If she went out and be like, I want to wear a dress, my legs look good in this, she already got 19 guys going, "Grrr!" And the fact that you're polite, the fact that you are the high effort, hey, do you want to go out for coffee and discuss, you know, the merits of Nietzsche's Übermensch versus straight utilitarianism, right? You can be that guy. You're still the 20th dude who's gone, hey, would you, and the last 19 guys then offered to put their dicks in her ass. So her response being fuck off is not necessarily because you're a bad person, but her experience is shitty. So, guys, here's the metaphor. If you approach a woman, think of yourself as a hiker, and you're in the woods, and you see a bear. Now, in Banff, 95% plus of the bears out there are black bears, maybe some brown bears. They're not going to fuck with you. You go, boo, and unless they've got their cubs with them, they'll be like, oh, fuck human, go, right? 0% danger, kind of fun to see, not something you have to worry about. But 5% of them are grizzlies who will eat your fucking face. But still, even though you know, for example, a black bear is harmless, you meet a black bear face to face outside of your car and you've got that because you just realized you're within charging distance of something that can, if it chooses to, crush you and eat you. And the difference between it doing that and it not doing that is whether it decides to or not, right? Guys don't think about this, but most women are not as physically capable as we are. Average dude is capable of grabbing an average woman and throwing her off a bridge. I'm not saying you should consider that. I'm just saying this is the level of difference between physical ability, right? So when a woman meets a guy who says, hey, pretty lady, I'm gonna put my dick in your ass, that is like a bear going, woo, right? Maybe the bear's just trying to say hello. But if the bear's not, get out a shotgun. Get out 2 shotguns, make it go the fuck away. So, in the dating experience, when you're approaching women in a social situation, think of yourself as the bear. Do the things that will make clear that you are not going to try to stick your dick in her ass. Be like, hey, don't comment on her body, because she knows she has one. And the last 19 guys wanted to put their dicks in it. Say, hey, look, your cosplay is super good. And she will be like, okay, not yet offering to put his dick in my ass. Thank you. Also, your props are quite good. And she will go, second sentence without offering to put his dick inside me. Thank you. Now, at this point, again, she might be like, my feet are killing me, and I have not had anything to eat, and my cosplay stops me from gripping anything so I can't even hold a hot chocolate. I want to go home. And if you then say, would you like to maybe go for coffee after the con? And she says, nope, sorry, and walks off. Again, it's not because you approached her wrong. It's because, especially if they're in cosplay, entirely easy to have a really shitty physical day. But the thing is, you approach slow and calm, and don't be like, hey, pretty lady, wanna smash our genitals together? Like, for some women that will work, but only after they had a few drinks on purpose to loosen up because they want to be social. So guys, the lady's experience is the hiker who comes across 19 bears on a single hike. Socially, she has reasons to be a little jittery. Socially, you have reasons to be like, man, no, you don't want to go for coffee? That is totally cool. You have a good day. I'm going to walk the opposite direction. Because then she'll go, okay, he's not going to try and rape me. Because in a crowded convention hall, the odds of you're trying to rape her, low. But, and most women are aware of this, odds that you will follow her out of the convention hall on her way to the train and maybe ask again, Jesus Christ, don't fucking do that. Because if a bear is like, oh, the hiker's going away. Hey, wait up. I got buried. Like, is the hiker going to be like, well, the bear wants to be friends. Let's go. No. The moment they say no, back off. Okay? But ladies, this is a new metaphor, because I've explained most of this in previous years. It's a new metaphor to explain to the ladies what the male experience is like. I'm very excited about this one because I tried it out on a couple of my friends. They're like, Jesus Christ. And the males are like, that's exactly right. And the women are like, oh my God. Okay, ladies. First day of junior high. You're in a new school. You've just moved across the country. You know absolutely nobody. You go to school, you're like, okay, I'm gonna make some friends. And you walk up to a kid at lunch break and you say, hi, my name's, can I sit down? Would you like to maybe be friends? And the kid looks up at you and says, no. And you're like, okay, and you go and you sit alone and you eat and you're like, okay, that did not go well, not the way I was expecting. That was what, try again tomorrow. Next day, you go to school, you're like, okay, new school, new day, gonna try this. Chem class. You sit down in lab and you're like, hi, I guess we're sitting together. My name's, do you want to be friends, maybe study chem? And they look at you and they're like, no. And you're like, okay, that was not expect. Okay, no, that's, gonna keep going. New school, gonna make new friends. Wednesday, you're like, okay, gonna take lunch outside. Okay, there's green, the square, the tree, somebody sitting down next to the tree. Hey, you person sitting down underneath the tree and you're not eating with anybody, would you like to eat with me? We could maybe talk. And they just sort of look up at you like, no, it's cool. No. And you're like, okay, I'm not eating under this tree. That's cool. I'll go eat alone under this other tree. Right? Thursday, you're like, okay, no, today for sure. And you wait till last period and it's gym, and you fucking hate gym, but whatever. And you're after gym and you're like, okay, I was a great, really slow run around the track 3 times with the gym teacher screaming at us, huh? Boy, hey, my name's Blood. Do you want to be friends? And they're just like, don't even say anything, just walk away. You're like, fuck's sake. Junior high sucks. All my friends are gone. I don't know anybody. Okay, Friday for sure. And Friday, you're just like, fuck it. I'm not going to pick anybody. I'm just, first kid I walk up to, and the first kid you walk up to, you're like, hi, my name's, and they're like, no. And you're like, what the fuck? So you spend the weekend in your room playing video games. You're like, fucking new school, this is bullshit. But your parents are like, look, you gotta keep trying, eventually it'll work. So Monday, nope. Tuesday, nope. Wednesday, sure, I guess. 20 minutes into the conversation, your new friend is like, actually, I have to go. And they never come back. Wednesday, nope. Thursday, nope. Friday, nope. Weekend again. Monday, nope. Tuesday, nope. Wednesday, nope. Thursday, nope. Friday, nope. How long does it take you to start thinking, maybe it's me? Maybe there's something wrong with me that makes everyone not want to be my friend. Maybe that's it. And your parents keep telling you, keep trying to make friends. And you know, you email your friends back home that also graduated elementary and they went to other schools, and they're like, well, I made a friend third day of school, so just keep trying, it'll, you know. And how long does it take for you to go, you know what, it hurts to be alone at lunch, and it hurts to just sit at home and play video games and not have any friends. But it also hurts a lot to keep hearing no. And if I don't ask, sure, I'll always be alone at lunch, but I won't feel the pain of hearing no all the time. How long does it take, how many times of hearing no before you decide that the pain of hearing no is just something you don't want to put up with, and you'll just, no, I'm not going to ask anymore. I'm just going to sit alone. And then you get used to the other pain, and you're like, this is pretty much okay. Ladies, if you're having problems getting dates, I'm not saying it's your fault for saying no, because Jesus Christ, say no if you don't want to go out with a guy, say no. I have some other stories about why you should definitely say no, not like, not like they'll rape you, but like I had some chicks say yes and then turn around and say no, and fucking don't do that. Say no, ladies say no, but I'm saying the male experience, the reason that guys get way too aggressive sometimes is not because, necessarily, that they are like, I want to stick my dick in you! I mean, sure they do. But the male experience is hearing no over and over and over and over and over and over again. And our option is basically turn off our feelings and just keep generating requests, or leave the feelings on and eventually just be like, fuck, no, I'm good, I'm done. So when a guy says, hey, do you want to go out? By all means, if you're not like, oh boy, my panties are dripping, like, fucking say no. But realize that his asking you is, for many guys, not every guy. There's some guys out there I know that are like, hi, would you want to see my abs do a ripple thing? Ha ha ha! Want to go for coffee? I thought so, let's go. But for everyone else, for the guys that are not 10 out of 10s that get a dozen messages, like 4 messages every month, for those guys, everyone else, they're crucifying themselves, basically. That doesn't mean you should say yes to them. That does mean that's what their experience is, and they're not having any easier of a time in the process than you are. Now I have some solutions, some proposed solutions that we'll get to in a bit. The TLDR is women. Occasionally you give advice to men about dating, and that advice is typically just keep, just be yourself. That's bullshit advice, and I will explain why later. Something will eventually happen to you. That's bullshit advice, and I've kind of already explained why. It's because guys are the ones who make things happen. If a guy sits there and waits, that's going, nope, I'm going to stand back and stop asking. The male experience is not the female experience. Please stop giving that advice to your male friends. Because they can be themselves, but what you mean is be honest about who you are, not expose your terrible loneliness to the world. Because that desperation doesn't help. The other thing, and I'm not saying you should do this, but third wave feminism is bullshit. First wave feminism has some seriously good points to it, and one of the big things is that women